that makes exposition makes me think. Oh, welcome back, everyone.
Hi.
I almost forgot you were there.
Look at all these bloodstains.
Exposition makes me think of Maleficent now.
Why is that?
The entire movie was like... You know how at the beginning of fantasy movies you have the cutscene explaining the world?
Mm-hmm.
Well, not just the scene. Just the backstory to the world.
Yeah.
This whole entire movie felt like that.
Oh, good.
Like, the entire movie felt like the backstory for another movie. Well, it was, I guess. So. I'm super peeved at how it ended. I mean, the whole thing was bad, but I'm just especially mad at that. Okay, so I guess spoilers for Maleficent. Which you can see if you want. It's pretty, but it's pretty bad. A little bit hilarious, but kind of bad. So, Colin, do you know how Beauty and the Beast ends? That doesn't have to do with anything. I just wanted to know.
Yes?
Alright, but do you know how Sleeping Beauty ends?
Yes.
How does it end?
It ends... Oh, you totally confused Sleeping Beauty. I see what you did wrong, you idiot.
Hey, I was smooth about it. Anyway, just go over the plot real quick.
Let's see. At the end of Sleeping Beauty, she wakes up and it was all a dream. Right?
Alright, no.
I've forgotten how that movie ends.
Okay. So, she touches the stupid pinwheel, or whatever, spinning wheel, that. And then...
Yeah.
True Love's Kiss, or whatever.
Yeah.
And Maleficent's a dragon.
Yeah.
And then what's his name kills the dragon?
Prince Eric?
I don't care.
I don't think it's Eric.
That's Little Mermaid.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Oof. He does have more character than most of the other princes, ignoring Aladdin.
No one in Sleeping Beauty has any character.
I hope
that movie.
I hope enough of our audience is hardcore Disney fans that you're pissing off like everyone. Ooh.
Most Disney characters don't have any character.
That is true.
At least, especially older ones, it gets better, but it's never great. But anyway, so, she turns into a dragon, gets murdered, whatever. So, I've went into this movie, at least, because what I expected it to be was, because it's just supposed to be like her backstory to the events in that movie, right?
Yeah.
Turns out, no, none of that ever happened, because that would be sad.
That's kind of
so
dumb.
There was a dragon, but it was Maleficent turning her crow person into a dragon.
Well, that's extra dumb.
And then, I don't know if I said it on the show when we were doing that last game. Where? So, here's the thing. This whole episode is spoilers for Maleficent, I guess.
That's what we're calling it.
So, Maleficent... I'm just gonna go over the whole plot, alright?
Are we doing a Your Movie Sucks for Maleficent?
I want to, but that's not me.
Well, you have to talk like this. You have to maintain a somewhat monotone voice. Oh.
Alright, so... Maleficent's... She's like a fairy, and then she meets this dude, right?
Yep.
And then they fall in love because that's what happens. And there's no actual them falling in love. The narrator says they fall in love, and that's what happens.
How love works in Hollywood.
Yeah.
You're told, not shown.
So, then this king guy attacks the forest where the Maleficent fairy... She has wings.
Yeah, oh, right, of course.
She has wings at this point. King dude attacks the forest, and Maleficent, knocks him over, which somehow makes him dying.
Uh-huh.
She doesn't even do anything. She knocks him over, and then he punches her. And because he has... fairies are weak against iron.
Oh, well, yeah, obviously.
Yeah. He punches her, and he's wearing a mail glove, so she gets burned and flies away. But for whatever reason, he's now dying.
Uh-huh.
And he promises all these people that whoever kills Maleficent will get to be the king.
Uh-huh.
And this dude that she's in love with is there.
Okay.
Also, he's played by the guy from District 9,
Okay.
and he has a South African accent, and it's entirely out of place. I love that guy, but he was poorly cast.
Well, you think they would have asked him to, like, I don't know, tone it down?
Well, he tried to. I don't know. It was really, really weird. Because he's had that accent in everything he's in, because that's just his accent.
Makes sense.
But, yeah, so,
Oh.
whatever.
Oh, whoa, I didn't even realize we got this. Oh. That's not what I expected.
Alright, so anyway.
Sorry.
You need the all-night ultra great sword.
Yeah,
is
that's
you're looking
what I
for.
was hoping for, because it's the
Yeah.
Buster Sword.
So anyway, he is among the king's people.
Transient. This
So-
is no be gone.
He goes and
Aw.
goes to Maleficent because they're in love. Supposedly. We've been told. And he, like, goes and does, and then he poisons her.
Mm-hmm.
Puts her to sleep. And then he's gonna stab her, but then he's like, no. So he just cuts her wings off.
Oh. Okay.
And
That's...
then she's angry and, like, she flips the evil switch all at once. Because, you know, it's not like someone betrays her and she's mad at that guy and wants to get revenge on him. Someone does a mean thing to her and then she's just evil.
Yeah.
And not just towards humans, like everyone in the forest is now afraid of her. So that's silly.
Hey! Hey! Illusory wall!
No, not enough I can hear.
Oh, no. But, whoa, wait. Beware of... Damn it. I was hoping that would be another, like... just all of them were like, hey, look here!
Alright, so now she just saves a raven that some dude was going to kill for no... Some guy caught a raven in a net and was just going to kill it. I don't remember why.
Black wings,
But
black
then
news.
she turns it into a human,
Oh, okay.
and then it becomes her servant because she saved it.
Right.
And this was entirely a setup to why she had a raven in the movie, I guess. Because in Sleeping Beauty, she has like a raven on her staff.
Right. No, I'm following it.
Alright,
Not really
so
following it, but that's okay.
the only reason for that to be in there was because it was in the other movie, and to explain how she knows things about what's happening in the castle.
Hmm.
Because then there's like every time she learns something she shouldn't know otherwise, there's just like a scene of the raven flying over there and then flying back.
Good writing.
Yeah.
Very strong.
So then you know what? The king has Babby because the new guy who cut her wings off is now the king.
Oh. Of course.
Because he brought the wings back, and they're like, "You killed her. You're the king now."
Cool.
Although
Wait, I
she
don't
shows
have-
up later, so everyone knows she's not dead, and they also know that the only reason he's the king is because he killed her, but she's not dead. But no one brings that up.
Amazing.
Alright, so, she shows up. There's the whole scene with the 3 little god fairies who give her all the blessings, like in Sleeping Beauty.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's okay.
You've seen that at least, right?
Yeah.
Probably not in a long time.
Oh no, it's been ages.
So they all give her things. Also, one of the things they gave her, and that Maleficent also said would happen, is that everyone who knew her would love her.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes everything in the rest of the movie seem really silly. But anyway.
That's what love looks like, Joe. Didn't they ever tell you that?
So anyway, she does her whole curse thing where before she turns 16, she will prick her finger on a spinning wheel and then dream like sleep all of eternity, blah blah blah, only true love's kiss, whatever.
Blah,
Everyone knows
blah, blah, whatever.
Exactly. And then the 3 fairy ladies take her to that cottage so that she won't be near the spinning wheels. But here's the thing. Here is the thing.
Yeah.
I'll be around.
The king's reaction is to take all of the spinning wheels, break them, and throw them in a pile. And then lock it in the dungeon.
Wasn't that in the original story?
I'm pretty sure.
I mean, it's still... I'm not defending his decision by any means. Like, that's still retarded, but...
Why are you doing it like that still?
Doing what?
You can just use multiple ones in the menu now.
Oh, shit, really?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, it is
I know, right?
far too late for that to be relevant information.
Alright, so yeah, he just breaks them all, throws them in a pile in the dungeon, and locks the door. Although apparently he doesn't lock the door, but anyway. And,
He didn't lock it enough, is what you're trying to say, right?
yeah. So the
Why did I
three
upgrade
fairy-
that even? Whatever.
I don't know. The 3 fairy ladies. Alright, here's the thing now. This episode's gonna keep going till I'm done.
Uh-oh, that's what you meant by the best shield.
Yeah, no. That's actually a really good shield.
Yeah, well, so is the one I'm about to get in... Because I'm getting my main shield next. If you know what that is.
Okay.
It's the Drink Lake shield.
Alright, I'm gonna keep going.
Okay.
Well, I'm serious. This could be like a half-hour episode. I don't care.
Alright. No, I'm fine with that. It's up to your discretion.
So, they take her. Because in the Sleeping Beauty, it starts out with Sleeping Beauty in the cottage, being raised by the 3 fairy ladies.
Right.
Everyone knows that.
Yes.
Everyone knows this. We all know this. And they're completely incompetent because they're comic relief characters.
Oh, good. That's
Like, they don't even know how to feed her.
that's impressive, actually.
Like, they leave her outside and, like, put carrots in her basket. And go inside. I'm not kidding.
That's amazing.
So, Maleficent is like, they're gonna starve her to death before my curse works. So, she starts taking care of her secretly. By making her bird bring her a weird nipple flower. Not kidding.
You know, in trying to make that story interesting, they instead made it really creepy.
So Maleficent spends 16 years tormenting those 3 ladies and making sure the baby doesn't die because they're idiots. And then Aurora is her name.
Yeah.
Sleeping Beauty's name, right?
Right.
That's it. So she meets Maleficent and they become friends, and then Maleficent, like, decides she doesn't want to curse her anymore and tries to remove the curse. But she said herself that no one can remove the curse, so she can't remove the curse.
So wait, she tried, and then they had like a crappy flashback to her saying that no one can do it?
No, they didn't actually do a flashback there. It was alright.
Oh, that's impressive.
There's just like a lot of CGI showing that the curse didn't work.
Oh. Yay.
Whatever. So, she can't remove the curse, and she's almost 16. And they now like each other,
Oh. That's good.
I guess. And then Aurora's like, I'm gonna come live in the fairy wood place with you, Maleficent. Then they're gonna be together. Because I don't get it, but...
Shut up,
So-
Joe. It's beautiful. Don't question it.
So, Aurora goes to tell her fairy people that she's gonna move out, I guess.
How do they take that?
They slip up and tell her that she's cursed, and they tell her everything, basically.
Okay.
They managed to not tell her anything for 16 years, but then tell her everything.
Right. By accident, right.
Yes. By accident. Like, someone just slips up and says your father, and she could have just stopped there, but then she explains everything, apparently. Off camera, but then Aurora goes back to Maleficent and knows everything. And she's like, you cursed me, you butt.
That's the exact word they used.
Yeah, exactly. And then Aurora's mad, and... Alright, here's another stupid thing.
Yeah.
Oh, also, this whole time... This is unrelated. This whole time, Aurora Maleficent's been in the forest with a giant thorn wall around it so no one can get to her, even though there's plenty of space to crawl through if anyone actually tried. They all try to cut it down and burn it down, but she just keeps making it bigger. Also, where did Maleficent's powers come from? Because she didn't really do anything that magical before she was evil. And then, like, the moment she turns evil, she can just do whatever she wants.
I should mention that starring on our show is Twerk for Jesus.
Yeah, I noticed that, but it's unimportant right now. Also, he had to use a typo, so that's not the only one. Yeah, so this whole time, Maleficent's had this thorn wall around, and the king in the other place with the weird accent has been like piling iron all around his castle. That's so Maleficent can't get in.
But she's not trying to get in.
Yeah, well, his theory that he explained by talking to himself while talking to the wings is that the curse isn't going to work. Maleficent is going to come back and kill him when it doesn't work, or something.
Right, that makes
So he's
sense.
filling his whole castle with iron so that she can't get in.
Yeah, no, that seems perfectly foolproof.
So back to Aurora. All this has been happening for 16 years too. This is what both of these people have been doing for 16 years. Like,
Amazing.
oh, just aside, back to the game. When I did this boss, I accidentally killed my summon phantom with that crossbow.
It does a lot of damage.
Yes. So, yeah, back to Aurora. She's angry and knows who her dad is. Or the mom died at some point, I don't remember.
This is dead. We don't know what happened.
That's actually because it's the king, he's like talking to Maleficent's wings, which he has in a case in a really creepy room. He's talking to the wings, and then someone comes in and says, "Your wife's dying." And he's like, "No, I gotta talk to these wings." And then they leave, and that's the last you hear of her.
Okay.
She was never really a character to begin
So
with.
she
but
just got put on a bus, and that's the end of it?
she's dead.
Oh, okay.
So Aurora rides back to the castle
Alright.
and just walks in. Apparently he didn't tell anyone what he actually did with her,
Oh, wait. I don't
because
remember
she shows up and the guard's like, "We found this girl and she says she's your daughter."
that.
I don't know how that... And one time they almost, like, her soldiers are there cutting, like, they're cutting through the thorns, trying to, and they see Aurora standing there, and they're like, "That could be Maleficent," and they walk up behind her with, like, a mace, and almost totally kill her.
What? That makes no sense.
And then Maleficent turns the Raven guy into a wolf and saves her. Whatever. Unimportant.
Okay.
So Aurora rides all the way back to the castle on a horse that she got from the cabin where the fairies are.
Uh-huh.
The fairies aren't shown leaving until Aurora's already at the castle. Their job was to keep her there. But she rode away from the cabin on a horse, and not until she had already reached the castle did they think to leave and go stop her.
The decision-making in this is really just, like, inspiring, you know?
Alright, so then then the king was like, the king guy's like, there was only one more... I forgot what his name was. I don't care. It was... whatever. He was like, there's only one more day before the curse is out. Lock her in her room. So they do that. But apparently they didn't do that.
Again, not locking it enough. They turned the key 3/4 of the way, and I was like, yeah, that's good enough. No one would ever, like, need more than that. Not understanding how keys work is, like, the biggest problem in their kingdom. It's because of the educational system's borked. By the way, while all that happened is we killed the pursuer, and now we're flying away on the back on
the game Dark Souls not important. Alright, so let's see. This whole time, Maleficent decided that she could try and break the curse by getting her true love to kiss her, even though at one point she was like, "Aha, no such thing as true love, that will never work, that's why I said it." Anyway, so she found this one dude who met Aurora once, so they assumed that would be her true love.
Right.
So they, like, stun him, and, like, she's, like, levitating him with magic and just dragging him through the castle.
What?
Okay, so...
I'm sorry.
Yeah, this whole time...
This story makes no sense.
This whole time, Maleficent is on a horse that's also the Raven guy.
Man.
Dragging... He's a very versatile Raven.
Yeah, really. What a wonderful servant.
But yeah, she's bringing Aurora's true love back to the castle, okay?
Right.
Because Aurora left, and she figured that's the only way to remove the curse, so that's what she's doing. So, at this point, Aurora's locked in her room, and then leaves the room. So there was some, like, maid lady there who opened the door, and then Aurora just walked out, And the lady's like, wait, don't. But she doesn't do anything. Aurora just walks through the entire castle, down to where all of the broken spinning wheels are. And she's not, like, alone during all this. She walks through, like, crowds of people. Who apparently don't know that they should be stopping her.
Does no one care? What the fuck?
I guess. So, you know, she walks into the room with all the broken spinning wheels, which aren't, like, burnt to dust or anything. They're just broken and put in a pile.
Right.
And then one magically reassembles itself. And then she touches it, and then she's dead. Or death like sleep, I guess. So, her entire process of getting that curse could have been prevented if anyone had been even slightly competent.
Amazing.
Like, her dad was just downstairs doing nothing while all of this was happening. Like, the thing he had been doing before was preparations to get her back to the castle. But apparently that was more important than stopping her from... I don't... Like, I imagine since it was a curse that had to happen, then a spinning wheel would have just, like, flown into her room or something.
It would have been like the bone wheels from Dark Souls.
Yeah, so... Maleficent then goes into the castle, which has been filled with iron. So, what they did, because this whole time we've been hearing that the king has gotten all of the iron workers to build something, but we don't know what. So it basically is like this giant room full of, like, spiky iron things.
Right.
But apparently you can just walk through it without touching any. So...
That's a...
Like, she just... You know, like, all those scenes when they're sneaking into a place and there's lasers everywhere? It's basically like that, but with giant iron things. Although they didn't really have to do any acrobatics, they just kind of walked along and just, like, bent under things. So he's been spending 16 years building this.
So it's kind of like those movies with the lasers, but there's just, like, a path that you can sort of walk through them.
Yeah, yeah. This is his defense that he's been working on for 16 years.
Sweet.
So... Yeah. I don't know what to say about that. If he had just, like... If he had put, like, a grate across part of it, then it probably would have stopped her.
That's really pathetic.
That's what it would have taken. Like, a door made entirely of iron that would open and close would probably have stopped her. If that much iron could stop her. Because I guess her powers don't work on iron. Because iron's her weakness.
So,
like, any amount of iron that was actually an obstruction...
So that
would have stopped
the ghost panic room from Supernatural would have been her bane.
Yes.
Pathetic.
So, anyways, she drags the prince guy up to Aurora, and then like the fairies are in there trying to figure out who her true love is, and then that guy like gets banged into the door, and they're like, it's him. And they really creepily force him to kiss her.
Yeah.
And even he's like, I don't think I should. We only met once.
Well, at least, maybe that's what their point was. They were trying to make it less rapey by having it rape by proxy.
Yeah,
really.
I guess. It was still really creepy, though.
Yeah, that's not cool.
And then he kisses her and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
So, then they all, like, leave and take him away. We never see him again.
Oh, good.
Oh, wait, yes we do.
Oh, good.
I was wrong about that. And then the fairies leave to go find someone else. And then the prince Maleficent shows up. She walks into the room because she was hiding behind, like, one of those weird paper changing things. Yeah, those, you know. She was just standing behind one of those watching, and no one noticed her.
Creepy.
Her and the crow guy were both in the
Creepy.
room. They were both in the room, just watching.
The call came from inside the house.
So Maleficent comes out and does this whole speech about how she'll protect her. And what I thought would happen here is that she'd, like, turn into the dragon and defend the castle, so that nothing would happen to her. That was one thing, that was kind of what I was hoping would happen. And then eventually someone would show up and kill her, and then it would be like Sleeping Beauty. Right?
But no.
And then as her speech went on, I leaned over to my sister and went, it's so obvious. And my sister was like, no, they wouldn't. So, Maleficent does her whole speech and then leans over and kisses Aurora on the forehead. Guess what happens?
They both die.
Aurora wakes up and then it zooms in on the crow guy's face and he says, "True love." Because it wasn't obvious enough.
Yeah.
And then there was a big action scene and a lot of stuff happened. And there was still stupid stuff in that, so I'll keep going. Let's see, I don't remember exactly what they were doing now. I guess they were just trying to escape the castle. Even though Aurora was awake now, so the curse was over. They were just like, they never actually like presented that to the dad.
He's not important.
They didn't like, well, he showed up, but I guess he was just too crazy. He was pretty crazy at this point.
Oh, okay.
So I guess that's it. So, yeah, they capture Maleficent in like a big iron net, and then she turns the crow into a dragon. And then she gets out of the net, and they've surrounded her with like big iron shields that look like riot shields. They have like the eye slot. And then the king shows up in this fancy iron armor and like an iron chain that he knows how to fight with really well.
Which is weird.
Yeah. And then Maleficent stands up, and she's wearing like a Catwoman costume.
Right, you mentioned that.
Yeah. No, that was weird. And then they fight, and there's a dragon. But then, Aurora is... I don't know what she was doing this whole time. Like, if she had just showed up, it's not like they'd kill her.
That would actually have been
Maleficent
really
was just
funny.
like, you have to go! Like, she just made her run away. Even though she's the princess, or whatever. I don't know why she had to go away. I just don't know. But anyway, Aurora runs away into the room that has Maleficent's wings. And she knocks over the case with them. And they come to life and fly to Maleficent.
What? What?
So, I was under the impression the entire movie that the wings could not be reattached, otherwise they would try.
So that's...
Because apparently it was really easy to get into the castle, even after they had 16 years to make a defense specifically for her. So I figured if she really wanted the wings back and could get them, she would walk over and get them.
But no, apparently not.
No, and all they had to do was be out of the case, and they would fly to her, too.
She could have sent the crow guy to do it.
Yeah. Like, all Aurora had to do was knock it over.
That is ridiculous.
So,
Wow. That's dumb.
yeah. So, they have a big fight, and then Maleficent has her wings, and she takes the king up to this tower, and then she's like, "No, I'm not going to kill you." Then he tries to... Okay, and then he tackles her off the tower. She has wings. She now has wings.
Wait, who has wings?
Maleficent has wings.
Right.
The king tackles her off of a tower.
Right.
He does not have wings. What did he think would happen?
Well, maybe he figured if she got wings, then he would get wings too, because it's only fair.
But yeah, anyway, he tackles her off the tower. She flies
Good.
because she has wings.
Right.
He hits the ground and dies instantly,
Good.
absolving her of all guilt.
Somehow.
And then... yeah, that was basically it.
That sounds kind of crappy.
Aurora gets taken back to the fairy place and becomes the queen, even though they started the movie saying that the reason they were so happy is that they didn't have a ruler. That was like the opening line of the movie. And then the prince guy shows up, and it turns out they're true love anyway, so whatever.
Oh, he was a true love. What? No, you can't have your... You can't do that. That's fucking disingenuous.
He just shows up, and he's like, hey.
Like, you can't have this whole, oh, it was actually Maleficent who's the true love, and blah, 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 and then suddenly fucking... You can't have both. That's ridiculous. Oh, that's...
See, I don't know why I had to explain that entire movie.
It felt like it was something you really needed to get off your chest.
I did. But yeah, just like... At least it could have had, like, the... Because here's the thing. It completely absolved Maleficent of everything stupid she did. Like, she does not in any way get, like, punished for anything she did. Because even though she fixed it, she drove this guy insane.
Yeah.
For 16 years.
Yeah.
She forced this guy to ship off his daughter and never see her, and then killed him.
That seems like a stand-up gentleman to me.
Nothing happened to her. She's just happy at the end, because at the end they were like, just kidding, Sleeping Beauty didn't really happen, you were stupid. Because the whole, like, the story is not what you think. And I assumed that just meant that Maleficent had more backstory than we knew. And maybe we'd be sympathetic towards her.
Whoa.
But the same things would happen. Nope, nothing in the movie actually happened the way it happened. It had nothing to do with Sleeping Beauty except for it started out the same.
So it's like oh, wow. So it's like Hercules.
Maybe.
That one movie where it was like Hercules, but not at all.
Well, yeah, it's except that it started, like, they built it up to be, like, you know... Again, I figured it would just be a retelling, but the villain would be sympathetic. But she's not even the villain, she's
just a kid.
Kind of evil. She's, like, kind of evil for part of the movie. And then she spends most of the movie trying to save a baby from 3 idiots.
Oh, boy. I forgot about these guys. I was happy. Oh, well. Can't get near me with
yeah. No, she doesn't even turn into a dragon at any point. And I think the only reason for that is because if she transformed into a dragon, then it would reveal that she could have just flown the whole time. Which would make the "you cut my wings off" plot a lot less dramatic. Although it's already a lot less dramatic where all she had to do was, like, walk a bit closer to the wings and she would have had them back.
Yeah, all in all, I would give that a stupid out of 10.
Yeah, we've been going on this episode for too long. I don't know how to end it. I just want to keep going. But I'm kind of out of things to say about that movie.
I don't know how to respond. You've been going on... We've made a lot of progress. Like, we've done...
Alright. So this has been our half-hour Explain All of Maleficent episode. I'm really sorry.
Also, we killed, like, 2 bosses.
Oh, who was the other one?
Or maybe only the Pursuer, I can't remember.
I think only the Pursuer.
Okay.
Alright. Oh, maybe you killed the dragon, right? I don't remember. Okay. Bye, everyone. This has been fun.
Bye.